Hello, everybody. I am Darren Frey, and I am here to talk about my experience over this past weekend with frog medicines. I'm talking about Sapo Kambo and the bufo alvarius, otherwise known as 5-MeO-DMT. So, I have a couple friends who are shamanic healers that live in LA. I live in Las Vegas. And they came to visit me this past weekend to hold sacred space for me because I've been having a lot of problems getting over things from the past with my grandfather. And anybody that knows about the medicine and the healing power, you understand. I went back in December and sat 2 nights in sacred space with Mother Ayahuasca, and I would have gone a third night, but the second night scared me. The first night was welcoming, kind of like an introductory, like, this is what it's going to be like, you're safe. And the second night's like, no, we don't do that here. That's when the real stuff started, and the third night was meant to just wash it all away, but, I admit I got scared, and I didn't do it, but I left feeling unfulfilled, carrying that baggage with me on the surface, and no matter how hard I scrubbed, I couldn't clean myself. So yeah. So Saturday around, say maybe around noon, a little before noon, my friends showed up and they set up space for me. They set up a launch pad area, this nice soft cushion place for me to lay. They set up a few candles and played some ceremonial shamanic music. They had a drum. They were set. They were ready, And okay, so the the amount of love that I was shown, you see, I'm legally blind. I'm disabled. I don't have any teeth. I'm actually going Thursday to get fit for my dentures, so I'm happy about that. Um, but yeah, I'm losing my eyesight. What I have it's retinitis pigmentosa. It's degenerative. So admittedly, my apartment, I try to keep it clean, but there's a lot of stuff I miss, and um, I was a little embarrassed about this, but Chance, the male shaman, the male and female, they're a couple, but they're both equally wonderful and equally skilled in their abilities. I couldn't recommend Chance and Kendi enough. Um, while Kendi was setting up the area, the space, like turning my living room into ceremonial space for me, Chance went to the store and came back with some sponges and even a few groceries, because, I didn't ask him to do that, but he did, because that's unconditional love, Um, he actually cleaned up my kitchen for me, he did a really good job, too, and, I was a little embarrassed, because I tried my best to clean up before they got here, but anyway, so the first thing that we did was the Kambo Seppo, and Kambo is a poison from it's a tree frog, Sapo tree frog. I'm not sure what country it originates from, but so it's a poison that is used as a medicine. It's very powerful, and the way it works is the uh, the healer or whoever that's administering it, they will burn a place on your skin to create an open wound, and they place the medicine. So Kendi she was like the boss during this chance. You know, he's usually, I think, like the front runner, but she took control this time. You know, she was awesome. So if you're watching this, Kendi, I love you with all my heart. I love both of you with all my heart. So using a torch, Kendi lit this thin metal poker and placed five dots in my places on my arm. You know, probably, yeah, they're still there. Okay, yeah. And then after making the wounds, which wasn't that painful, you know, I mean, it wasn't pleasant, obviously, but wasn't as bad as you might think it would be. Then she placed 5 dots of medicine on the wounds. And about maybe 2 or 3 minutes afterwards, I started feeling it coming over my body, this energy flowing up and down. Then the nausea came. So I had my trash can on my bathroom for my puke bucket. I dry heaved a lot, but I didn't throw up at all. Just like with the ayahuasca, well, I threw up a little with the ayahuasca, but I mostly dry heaved. But I sweat like I've never sweat before, profusely. Kendi kept wiping my face off. And then the medicine stayed on for 15 minutes, and then she took it off. Because, you know, it can't stay on there. It's poison, but done, you know, administered in a proper way, it helps you purge your body of toxins. And I can't quite say what it might have done to my mind, because, you know, afterwards was the 5-MeO, but during which, you know, after she removed the medicine, eventually, you know, I started getting some cold chills, but I felt some intense energy just up and down my body, like in waves, you know. So yeah, after that, I did have to go to the bathroom. You know, I had a little diarrhea, purged that way, you know, because I'm sure you all wanted to hear about that. So I rested for about an hour and a half, something like that, after the Kambo. Then it was time for the bufo alvarius, big one, 5-MeO-DMT. I'd never taken part in either before. I wasn't quite as down and out as I thought I would be from the Kambo, you know. So while Kendi was preparing the dose for me, I had my eyes shut, was focusing on my breathing in a bit of a meditative state to get ready and empty my lungs. And then it came. Put the pipe to my mouth, started inhaling with all I had for about 10 seconds. Then I held it for 10 seconds. And I was already sitting, and then after that, Kendi and Chance, you know, lied me back. Very comfortable. Then she put the pipe to my mouth again, because she wanted to make sure I got there, you know, and told me to inhale. So I inhaled all I had again, which wasn't too much, but still, when I held it, and then she put it to my mouth again, and she said, take one more hit, and it was, I barely, man, I couldn't. And, but then it's just, like, one of them, I might have been Chance, but one of them, I believe, had a wind chime or something that emulated the sound of a wind chime. And you know how, I mean, it was just peaceful, just beautiful. Oh my god. The way I was laying, I was looking up at my overhead fluorescent light. Let me see if... Well, there's my kitchen. overhead light up there. See, that's the view I had up there, the ceiling. I was looking at that light. I don't know if you saw it or not. I just rolled my chair around. But as I was watching it, though, I just suddenly, I started feeling that void coming that's pulling you in, killing you, essentially. And even though, I've sat with ayahuasca, I've taken heroic doses of mushrooms, so, I felt the void before, but still, I'm still at that point where it's not easy, I mean, dying never is easy, is it? But I suddenly just felt that panic, so I jerk up, and I'm like, I can't do this. And Candy placed her hand on me. Yes, you can. Just relax. So I laid back down. I shut my eyes, focused on my breathing, and poof. I just let it take me. I listened to the wind chimes more. I think I actually did open my eyes again and looking at that light, and it just all faded, but it was so peaceful, just so serene, and I realized that's the moment that I understood about trusting and just letting go and letting it happen. And, there wasn't any visuals, and it was just this feeling that I took. I mean, I mostly blacked out for a while. I was out for about 30 minutes, they said. And when I came to, I laid there, I was weak. Anybody that's taken it before knows that feeling, when you come back, but it's just like you're so caught in the moment, and it's your body is essentially weak, but your mind is at such peace that it doesn't even matter. I took this feeling that the whole idea of infinite is, everything is infinite, but it's the idea of infinity. You see, the way I see it is right here, this reality, this is meant for us to take it in, for us to understand our meaning of perfect. That way, when we're done here, this infinity that we reach, that's heaven. And everything we have gathered here, our definition of perfect, is what heaven is going to be. No matter what you want to do, what you want to be, how you want to do it, or who you want to do it with, that's the idea. Because we need memories, emotions, imagery, thoughts, ideas, sounds, illusions even, to understand what it is we want. And that's what we take with us. So that our universe is just that, our universe. And it's going to be every bit as real as you and I are right now. In complete lucidity a word? If lucidity is not a word, I just made it one. But that's what I got from it. That's the infinite. That's heaven. There's a hell too, but the thing about hell is you take with you what is, what's there, what's on your mind, what you're not dealing with. I faced that already, and it was fucking scary as hell. Who would have thought hell would be as scary as hell, huh? But it's gone, I don't have that hellscape feeling anymore like I did when I first started diving deep. And once I was able to have the energy to do so, I whispered to my shamans, I love you guys. And I just kept laughing at just random, I don't even know what I was laughing at, but just just I felt like a little kid again. Just thinking about it, man. It's beautiful. We have no idea the way we're fooling ourselves and each other. Just how beautiful and how happy we can all be if we can just learn how to accept certain things and just let things go. This world could be truly amazing in that aspect. But, you know, to quote Sam in Avengers Endgame, you know, we work with what we got. So, that whole day, you know, not just the experience, but the unconditional love that I was shown. I mean, I'm on disability, you know, I had, you know, I could only pay them like half of what I owed them and then paid the rest later. And even then, you know, with them working with that trust in me, went out and paid out of pocket to buy things for me and came back and cleaned my apartment. And that, to me, that's love. That's not somebody that's like, oh, I know how to use these medicines, so I'm going to make a profit from it. No, that's not what it's about. And admittedly, I felt guilty about this. You know, I don't like being in debt to anyone. And I don't like feeling helpless. And I was so humbled and just so grateful. And it was beautiful. Why can't everybody be like that? For those of you who think there's no good left in humanity, there truly is. It's just so rare and so hard to find. You know, you gotta find your tribe, you gotta find your people, you gotta find who resonates with you, who operates on your frequency, because, you know, we're missing out on so much in this short time we have, all because of petty differences, you know? But I learned so much that day, and I'm glad I could share my experience with you. I'm sure I'm leaving a lot out, and I'll come back eventually and make a follow-up video for my ayahuasca experience and my experience with bufo and with Kambo. But for now, just want to say peace, love, and bliss, my friends. Aho. Thank you for watching, and hit the subscribe button if you'd like. So long.